am so grateful that you have decided to join me in a conversation about getting out of the rat race. The exhaustive cycle of firefighting, reaction, checking the box, and asking, what am I doing and why? And replacing that with intentional action, a thriving mindset, knowing where you're going, knowing how you're getting there, and doing it without crashing and burning. The reason that I'm having this conversation with you today is because I bought into these ideas that in order to prove my worth, to show my value to others and to the organizations that I'm a part of as a health and safety professional, I had to be selfless. And by being selfless, I got burnt out. And it was really bad. I have a smile on my face talking to you today, but in that period, it was actually the lowest of my career. So, with tools that I learned as a meditation teacher, as a yoga teacher, but then also things that I learned through business strategy and other business development as an organizational leader and as an advisor to senior leaders within organizations, I came up with these strategies. And we call them the mindful strategies because we incorporate mindfulness tools and business strategy, marry them together, and create a way for health and safety professionals to not only create value for themselves and their organizations, but for them to get out of the rat race. So, I'm going to start off with three strategies. There's going to be three videos in total because I want to make sure you take all of the information in, have a little bit of time to digest it, and then apply it to your life to get out of what we call the rat race. And also, I would like to take into consideration that not everyone is excited about going and sitting and meditating in silence, and that's okay. We can reframe mindfulness to more of what in an organization we would call emotional intelligence. So there's four pillars: personal awareness, personal management, relationship awareness, and relationship management. And if you take those, it really creates awareness for yourself and others. And that's a big deal around mindfulness that can take you and transport you into being able to problem solve so well and makes these strategies work even better. So in this video, we will have a conversation about three of the steps. Now, these steps can be scaled from personal goals all the way to creating a strategy for an organization. But for the purpose of these videos, we will focus on you. And that is because in order for you to pour into an organization, your cup needs to be full, or you need to have tools to fill your cup. And that's what we want to focus on. So, 6 strategies. The first is create a vision. Where are you going? Be as descriptive as possible. So, in this vision, you want to make sure you know what it is. If you are someone that feels, you're like, I just feel it in my gut, what does that feeling look like? Is there a bliss? Is there something where you're like, I can feel the wind touching my skin as I walk into the front door of my organization? If you're a thinker, then let's talk about how those thinkers come about visualizing. What are the facts? What will be true? The hypotheses in your experiment, because we're planning for the future. It's kind of experimental. So thinkers look at it logically. What is true in that future state in your vision? Feelers, what does it feel like? Really dig deep into that and make sure it's as descriptive as possible. Step 2, truth versus story. In order for you to believe that your vision is possible, you have to be standing on a solid foundation. The most solid foundation is your truth, right? But we often have these tainted views of ourselves with the you are. You are selfless. And I don't think that's true. As a health and safety professional, what I learned when I experienced burnout was that it's not that I'm not selfless, it's that I am obsessed with protecting others. But that doesn't mean that I have to let myself go in the interim. So, the second step is your truth. Are you being honest? And are there biases that are holding your vision back or stopping you from getting closer to that best version of yourself? Step three, identifying your support network. What's most important to understand is that we have places to go, but we don't have to always go there alone. That is another myth that needs to be bust in anything that we do, really, in any strategy, in any place moving forward, even if it's just getting unstuck from the place that we are today. So, the support network, one of my favorite pillars, it shows up again and again and throughout the entire progress of your mindful strategy. So, the first step is your root system and our support tree. In our support tree, our roots are our foundation. This is where your truths lie and where your most supportive people are. These are the people that keep you rooted and keep you grounded. And if you look at who these people are, they should be there with unwavering support for you. I like to consider people that are sponsors, those that are creating opportunities in rooms that I am not in, significant others. They often keep you rooted and grounded. And then other, like your best friend or your coach or advisor. In the trunk, I like to look at decision makers or people that are very strong for you. So there's a difference between a sponsor and a mentor. Sponsor creates opportunities for you. A mentor is there to offer you support. Sometimes mentors can be sponsors. Supervisors often lie in this trunk area as well. Another consideration are people that make decisions or have resources for you. So if you are talking about your supervisor that can fund tuition assistance, they would be in the trunk, even if your relationship isn't as great. Then you have your branches. Your branches may be peers, colleagues, people that are necessary to your system, but they may not have as much weight on where you go as part of your mindful strategy. Someone that may be considered a leaf in your support tree is someone that is either fleeting, revolving, could drain energy from you, has a place in your overall ecosystem. However, they don't necessarily have a lot of weight or bearing, or you should focus on not spending a lot of time, weight, or giving them that bearing in your mindful strategy. So some of those people could be a coworker, someone that you have in passing, say hello, water cooler chats with, a classmate potentially, someone that you connect with and speak to every so often on LinkedIn. And you could also consider people that you would like to upgrade. So if you have that coworker or peer, they're not necessarily in the branch system yet. You don't feel that they're absolutely necessary, but you would like to consider nurturing that relationship as part of your strategy to upgrade them to a different part of the support tree. Identifying them on the leaves would be extremely helpful. All right, so we talked about 3 of the 6 strategies. Create a vision. Identify your truth versus story, because in order for us to be successful, we want to start off on solid ground. And we know that we don't have to get there alone. We have people that are in our corner that keep us rooted, that keep us grounded, that are there with resources for us to be successful. We've identified them on the support tree. Next time, we will talk about actually creating and implementing a strategic plan in our mindful strategy. And if you found this video to be helpful, you learned something, or you know somebody that could learn something, please share this with them. The entire point is to get us out of the rat race, get us out of that exhaustive cycle, and into this thriving mindset with intentional action and just manifesting exactly what we envision. Like, comment, share, and see you in the next video.